Jared, at the end of the video, you asked for tips from viewers for how to deal with your social media dilemma. Hi everyone, welcome to Pal to Tech. I'm making this video today in response to YouTube creator Jared Polin. In particular, a video he published yesterday titled, "I Have a Confession." Two main points jumped out at me from your video: your functional addiction to your smartphone and your struggle with remaining relevant in YouTube's constantly changing algorithm. First, get two phones. Do that before the sun sets today. I have one phone for work, and this phone is only ever sitting physically on my desk in my office, or it's in my camera bag out on location. That's it. It is never with me at any other time. And you know what? I woke up this morning and the sun was shining and the world was all still okay. Now, my second phone is a personal phone, and there are a total of 5 people on planet Earth that have this phone number. I only have a few apps on it, and it's pretty much just a phone and a camera. I have it with me wherever I go. But to be clear, however, you do not want to have email, social media apps, etc. on your personal phone. Second, you need to reduce the number of gathering points of information. If you're answering Facebook messages and questions at 2 o'clock in the morning, then you will be known as the guy who answers questions and messages on Facebook at 2 o'clock in the morning. And responding to them perpetuates a self-feeding cycle of then checking for responses to your responses and so forth. It's yet another place or gathering point that you need to constantly be checking up on. Take a good look at your YouTube statistics, the percentage of traffic to your channel from those external sources. Do a complete audit of this. I did, and I found that less than 2% of my channel traffic comes from them. So for business reasons alone, it's stupid to spend too much time on those services. Remember, this is show business. It's a show, but it's also a business. Use Google's own analytics data to help put things into perspective before you invest too much time in these social media platforms. Which brings me to my next point. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are not platforms. Windows is a platform. Linux is a platform. Instead, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter are content publishers, and you are the content creator. You are working for whomever you publish your content to. Please don't whore out your valuable creativity and time by giving social media content publishers free content unless you are truly getting something valuable in return. My next point has to do with YouTube analytics, particularly what you mentioned regarding thumbnails, clickbait titles, and being constantly nagged by YouTube how you're doing 24 hours a day. Oh, boy, do we share the same problem there. One time, I signed into my YouTube Studio app and I saw this message. Although I may have a lot less subscribers and traffic than you do, trust me when I tell you, I feel the same pain from time to time that you mentioned. I don't have a lot of advice for you on this. However, what I can say is to remember 2 things. The first is that you and I and other fellow YouTubers, we don't work for a boss. We work for a machine. We work for an algorithm, a nameless, faceless, highly engineered and complex computer software code base that analyzes every single aspect of our videos 24 hours a day. And actually, this isn't that far off from how television executives did things back in the days when Nielsen ratings were what determined whether a TV show would live or die. Content creators had to get good Nielsen ratings in order to get their TV shows renewed for the next season. So you had to do what you had to do to stay afloat. So don't be too hard on yourself. But just remember this. It's better to have 1,000 subscribers who would click on any title or thumbnail that you publish because they love your creativity and they love your content than it is to have millions of subscribers, but only dependent upon whether or not you can lull them in to watch your video. I know that probably doesn't help much, but that's what I try and focus on with my channel. The second part of this is that back in the early days of television, TV producers would get a phone call the day after their show aired, and they would frantically grab a piece of paper and a pencil and jot down the latest Nielsen ratings. Those little rating numbers that came out the next morning would determine if they had a job at the end of the season. But, and this is a big one, they would hang up the phone and then go back to having a fairly normal day after that. It didn't follow them everywhere. Today, you have 24-hour notifications on how your audience is reacting to your content. For content creators, that's like having heroin. So keep that in mind and try and put it in perspective. And to help with that, I come to my final tip, and that is to start seriously time blocking when it is that you are using these services to work on your business. Get a calendar and actually schedule blocks of time so that you won't be interrupted, where you specifically use that time to go through your analytics, your social media messages, and so forth. Start off with 3 times a day. If you can't do that, start off with 5 times a day. Either way, schedule it. Get 100% focused while you're doing it, then shut it down and don't look at it again until the next block. Try that for a couple of months. You know, Jared, social media is like a credit card. Either you work for it or it works for you. Either you pay your balance off each month and you get that free short-term loan, or you pay finance charges each month and now you're constantly feeding your resources back into them. Use social media services with purpose and to have them serve you, not the other way around. I've had to do this on my own channel because it's a one-person operation around here and I do everything, and I mean everything in this place. So Jared, I hope this helps somewhat. I think you put out some great content and I would love to see it continue. Don't be a slave to these stupid adult pacifiers. And if you do get some more creative time back in your life, then definitely pick up a Fujifilm camera and go out and take some amazing photos. And that goes for the rest of you, whether you run a photography business or anything else. Put things in perspective. Don't let these tech billionaire balloon heads dictate what you focus your attention on. Because at the end of your life, the sum total of what you focused on was your life. I'll see you all in tomorrow's Fast Friday video. So long.